Olá, criptoinvestidores. Eu estou aqui com Marieke, CEO da Near Foundation. Vou fazer algumas perguntas para ela sobre o evento, sobre planos para o futuro, o que ela está achando até então. Hello, Marieke. Thanks for receiving me. Do you enjoy the event at this point? How do you have any insights?
Yeah, I love the event. I think it's very vibrant. There's actually a lot of things happening. There's a lot of builders. There's a lot of excitement of what the future could be. So I think it's actually really good. It's also a great place because there's different levels. You can actually have on the ground floor all the different companies and see what's going on. And here you have more quiet space. So yeah, it's really good. What about you? Do you like it?
I'm liking it. I like it very much. And what are the plans and expectations from here to this year and the next?
Yeah, so lots of things, but I think maybe three things that are super interesting that we announced today. So one is actually Armor Kingdom, which is a new venture that's being created by Mila Kunis, has chosen Near to build the next generation of fandom. So anything that's actually around creator economy, we see booming on Near, and that's another proof that actually Near is an amazing layer one blockchain to actually do that. The second thing we announced also today is that Brave Wallet is now integrated with Near via Aurora, and that's major because if you think of Brave actually as a browser, there's actually so many things that can be done there, and now Near is going to be native to that. And the third part is we see a huge trend on the move and basically on the earn to move or move to earn movement and what's happening there. And we are partnering, for example, with Sweatcoin, and Sweat is also building on Near. They have hundreds of millions of users, and so that's absolutely fantastic. So I would say it's like major projects that are moving and choosing Near. We're actually seeing also a lot of different smaller projects that are continually being built on Near, and that's absolutely fantastic to see.
Sorry. And do you plan to expand the Near protocol adoption in institutional investor or clients? Do you think bring the institutional to Near, or how do you plan?
Yeah, well, so one thing actually, the Near protocol is permissionless. So actually anyone can decide to build on it and to do whatever they want. We do have quite a few pilot projects within the ecosystem, for example, on CBDC, and that would actually mean, working very closely with governments and with banks. And some of those governments are choosing Near as a protocol to build their CBDC, which is fantastic to see. So that's, one part of the institutional that we're seeing. Another part is we're seeing more and more very large Web2 institutions and companies choosing Near because of our approach and our angle on usability for end users. It means it's transparent, but also for developers, and also sustainability. Sustainability is at the core of everything we do, and it's more and more important for a very large company to say, how, if I do something, can I use actually new technology that's not going to hurt the planet? So, it's already happening. I think it's a movement that we're just going to continue to see grow.
Thank you. Do you think you can integrate what projects in the Near protocol further than GameFi? Do you think what projects will be integrated most in the Near project, in the Near protocol?
So the big three pillars that we see on Near, definitely DeFi has been completely skyrocketing. I think, not even 6 months ago, the TVL that was on Near was not even in the 100 million, today it's in the billions. So that's been completely exploding, which is fantastic to see. The second part is anything that's around the creator economy. It's also pretty big and it's growing really fast. And we see a lot around decentralized autonomous organizations, so DAO. How can we reorganize groups that want to come together and build together? So I think, those are the three pillars. Today there's over 700 projects that are on Near. There's every day new projects that are being added, so it's actually fantastic to see the growth on that front.
And how Near protocol is dealing with the bear market? Did it affect the company, and if yes?
So Near was built in 2018, which was at the bottom of the last bear market. So we do have a history of building when it's bear. And actually I think bear markets are a great opportunity to reset and to build fundamental infrastructure and to really focus on that. So that's one point. The other point, as a foundation, we've raised over $500 million, and so the funds are there to help continue to support and grow the ecosystem, and to make sure that whatever great ideas are out there to build the next layers of infrastructure, but also the next cool project, we're going to be able to do that. So we actually are, optimistic. We know it's going to be very challenging for every builder out there, and it's going to require grit and resilience. But bear market are also a good time to take a step back to think through. Hopefully some of the hype will get wiped, and then we can go back to stronger basis and really get on our mission to get billions of users on the Near protocol.
And the last question, how do you plan to attract the Web2 users to the Web3?
Yeah, great question. So I'll give one example. So for example, we work with the Sweat Economy. It's an app, Sweatcoin. You actually can download it. If you book, you get points and tokens. That's a pure Web2 app. And they chose Near to actually build on. Sweat announced this morning they have 100 million app users and downloaders. So it's a huge moment. And this is becoming the largest Web2 to Web3 onboarding. In less than 2 months, they've created actually 10 million Near wallets. And so it means that today actually Near is close to 7 or 8% of the total crypto wallet in the world. That's how we can bring people from the Web2 world onto Web3.
With a simple UX.
With a simple UX, yeah, thank you. Yeah, simplicity. So for example, if you download Sweatcoin, you will not see any difference. Like this is going to be, to you as a user, it's going to be seamless. And that's what real adoption will be. At the end of the day, users don't care that this is blockchain. They just want it to do something that's useful for them.
And sorry,
I thought it was the last one.
Sorry. How if you succeed in attracting that much of people from Web2, the Near protocol have infraestructure
To scale.
to scale the
Yes, so we should have talked about that. So the Near protocol is proof of stake and it's fully sharded. And actually sharding means that we can really truly scale. Because sharding is like, if you get to a queue and then you have 4 different lines or 8 different lines, that's what we are. So fundamentally, the way Near protocol has been built and the way the Near protocol continues to scale, it's transparent for end users and developers, but it's ultimately infinitely scalable.
Okay, thank you very much for your time.
Obrigada.
Obrigado.